Thanks, Steve. This month, we're going to talk about online parts page of your website and why it's important to your internet presence. But first, let's review last month's program about online financing. As you may recall, financing is one of the major reasons why shoppers visit your website. However, more and more companies are now competing against you, including companies like Gigo.com and eLoan. So what can you do? First of all, make the consumer feel safe and secure. Include a confidentiality notice with the credit application stating that their financial information is safe. Second, don't just post an online credit application and hope it will bring you new business. Most people are not going to just fill out a credit application without any additional information. You need to make them feel safe and secure and clearly state that by filling out this application, the consumer is not obligated to purchase a vehicle. And third, and most importantly, explain the online finance process. Tell them what's going to happen next and after they submit the form. And don't forget to provide a phone number in case they have any questions. Well, this week, we're going to talk about part sales, a section of your website that is usually ignored. Most dealerships put little or no effort into their online part sales, and we'll see that in the future, this will be a big mistake. First, let's take a look at your dealership's online parts competition. Let's look at some large auto part websites and see what ideas we can borrow from them for your parts section. The logical first stop is carparts.com. Chances are you can offer the same automated ordering and shipping system that they have, but you can make your website look a little bit more exciting and interesting. Now, let's go to AutoZone's website. AutoZone has at least two things going for them. First, they have car parts stores on almost every corner. And second, they offer added tips and information on their website. You may not be able to put a parts store in every corner, but you can add value to your website. See how they offer gas mileage tips and travel checklist? And now, let's look what else they've done. They've updated their site for the summer. All it takes is a little design forethought to keep your site looking fresh. Now, let's just examine the online parts sections of various websites. As a profit center for your dealership, you need to treat your online parts section as you would the rest of your website. Unfortunately, most dealerships put very little thought or effort into their parts section. As simple as it may sound, the first step is you have to have a parts page. Many dealerships' websites don't even have a parts section. So why is that so bad? First, you may be losing profits from your customers who come to your site looking to buy parts and don't find a parts section on your website. And second, you may be losing profits and your own customers to competing dealerships, or worse yet, even to those local parts stores. Now, let's look at those online parts sections, which is typical of most dealerships' websites. When we click on the parts section of this website, Allen Samuels Ford, it brings up a page, but not a single picture of a part on the whole page. Now, let's take a look at another one of the Allen Samuel dealerships. They happen to be a very large mega dealer based here in Texas. As we can see, it is the same exact page as on the other dealerships. And the only thing that has changed is the address. This is a common problem with multi-line dealerships because a lot of time, to save money, they use a web design company that uses what we call template websites. And as we've seen over the past several months in reviewing websites, there are sites that are identical all across the country. The only differences are the colors and the names on the web page. Let's face it, you're not just competing against other dealerships in town. You're also fighting against the neighborhood car parts stores. And it's important to have a custom web presence to show some individualities, to give visitors a reason to come buy from you online, or more importantly, to come into your dealership to make their purchase. And your best weapon may be the quality versus convenience argument. This argument pits your high-quality, factory parts and highly trained staff against the cheaper, aftermarket parts found at thousands of car parts stores across the country. So how can you use the internet to fight the evil car parts stores? Well, first, you should start by reminding your customers that quality is worth the short drive and that small extra expense. After all, a car can be the most expensive object a person will ever own. And the only place a customer can find the factory parts is at your dealership. Hopefully, your dealership. And here's a shocking way to remind customers that they can order factory parts from your website. Try advertising. Just devote a small space in every print ad. You'll be amazed at how many people forget you even have a parts department, and how many customers don't even know that they can order factory parts from your website. the most common method of reaching customers is usually through direct mail coupons. While direct mail is the most common method, online coupons and email marketing are quickly becoming more viable and effective and soon may replace traditional direct mail. But that's another topic for another program. And speaking of other programs, do you remember when we talked about meta tags? Meta tags are those important little keywords built into a website that help you find it on a search engine. Well, did you know that it's possible to design your web page and the parts section of that web page and have it listed on a major search engine? Imagine if someone were to go to Yahoo and typed in parts and your dealership's parts site came up. It's a little complicated, so talk to your web designer or contact me at webdoc at Metro Auto Mall and I can give you a little more information. Here's another simple idea. Reward your customers. Offer free shipping or offer a special internet pricing or discounts. You probably have enough margin to offer your internet customers a little deal. Cutting the prices on a factory part may seem like a sacrilege, but it might help your bottom line. Just don't tell your parts manager I said so. And finally, 2 website tips that are so basic I almost hate to bring them up at all, but I will. First, if you offer any kind of an automated system, make sure the system works. This site asks for the name of a part that you're looking for, but no matter what we put in, it never seemed to have heard of it. I guess things like brakes, wheels, oil filters haven't made it to this dealer's neck of the woods. And the basic tip number 2, make sure your information is correct and consistent. This parts department must be so busy that they need 2 different sets of business hours. On the first parts page, they say they're open from 7:30 to 7 p.m. And then when you click on Order Parts page, they're open from 8 to 8. It may seem like a small mistake, but tell you that hot greasy guy pounding on your parts door looking for the WM-39.6 part, well, that may not be so pleasant when you think about it. Well, let's review. First, you actually need to have a parts page on your website. That's the most important part. Second, let's make it look interesting and exciting. Even if it doesn't look as good as those super mega parts stores that we see out there, it might look better than your competition's. And that might mean a few more sales. And third, add value to your website. Free tips and information don't cost you anything. In fact, you might go a step further. Make it easy for customers to email questions to your parts and service department. Just make sure that you have someone at the dealership assigned to check those emails and respond back with short answers at least once a day. There's also a great opportunity to invite them into your dealership for factory parts and additional free help. The fact is, having a well-designed parts page can build long-term, lasting relationships and profits for your dealership. That's all the time we have for this month. Join me next month when we'll look at how you can drive more traffic to your dealership's website and, most importantly, sell more cars. Steve, back to you.